hasn't been what I expected, to be honest. I was in Seoul for 10 days and then Tokyo for 10 days, and I guess it was like 3 weeks of non-stop commotion. And now suddenly I'm in the Japanese countryside, in a forest by the sea, by the mountains, and it's like I can still feel the residual stress right in the middle of my chest. I can still feel it here, like burrowing away into me, and I'm just waiting for it to go. Not to say that I've not enjoyed my time so far, I definitely have, but it was also so scary for me. It was a new type of loneliness in which I was more so just isolated. Nobody to rely on or see in an emergency. This is the first time in 3 weeks that I've actually just sat down or lay down and spoke to the camera and just kind of addressed how I'm feeling. If I'm not filming, I don't speak my thoughts out loud, but I feel like it is very helpful. So maybe I should start doing voice memos or something. I'm staying in like a Japanese style room with a tatami mat and the paper blinds, but I do have a little futon keeping me cozy, so I feel very comfortable here. I feel so lucky and blessed to have this space, even though it's only for a couple of days. I'm really grateful. Honestly, there's been so many times over the last few weeks where I've just thought to myself, I just want to cancel everything and go home. It feels really bad to admit that, because I know it sounds so silly and I don't fully understand it myself yet. I think it's something that will take me a while to figure out, but even though this is a trip that I yearned for so many years, I was desperate to travel alone and visit these countries. I just got here and it was all too much, and I don't think I was mentally prepared. But then again, when would I have been ready, and would it have been worthwhile to wait, or was it just better to just do it and go, even though it was scary? You know, it turned out okay. Nothing bad happened to me. I'm fine. There have definitely been some stressful moments, and I think the worst part of anything was just feeling like I had all this responsibility to care for myself. Like to brand myself as this independent being who doesn't need any help. Like, we all need help sometimes. Just knowing that I am completely and utterly alone and that I can't really communicate with anyone around me is also scary, but it's okay. I've been reading a lot. I've read 3 books this week. Colorless Sakura by Murakami and South of the Border by Murakami, and also today on the train I finished reading Brave New World. What is that author's name? I can't remember. I'll put it on the screen. I've had a really quiet time this morning, but I'm honestly feeling kind of guilty because I guess since I'm on holiday I should be doing like so much every day, but honestly when I just listen to myself I don't want to do anything today. I just want to read and journal and sit and listen to the birds and go on a little walk. Like, that is what sounds perfect to me, but I'm afraid to admit it because I'm scared that people will be like, what? You just stayed home? That's such a waste. But who am I really fearing judgment from? I don't know. I certainly don't care what people think when they see this video in like a month. So I think I'm just afraid to honour what my heart wants, I guess. I have this plastic wallet I got in the National Museum of Western Art in Ueno in Tokyo, and I've just been keeping every bit of paper, not receipts, but like temple guides, maps, tickets, everything I've received, postcards, prints, literally everything in here. And I have this little book that I bought specifically to put stuff in when I travel. Everything has just felt kind of like full on and a bit stressful, to be honest, for me, and I'm only realizing now when I'm relaxing that for the past like month I've just been go go go, not really checking in with myself, just spending money like no questions, do I need this or anything, just buying stuff, walking around, buying food, eating, drinking, getting on the train somewhere else, wandering around in the crowds, feeling stressed out, getting home at like 10 p.m. and passing out. Like, I don't mean to complain, of course, but I do think I've not been myself and I've not really spent any time thinking about what will make me feel better. So I'm really grateful that I'm here right now and I feel myself like coming back to normal and feeling grateful to be here, feeling at home, and you know, just having breakfast. I made pasta last night and it was the first time I'd cooked in so long, and it was so nice to just eat a meal that I prepared. I put some fresh veg in there. I had some little mozzarella cheese balls. It was just a healing moment, I feel, because at home I'm a pasta everyday girl. That is like my carb of choice, and it's been a long time. I thought I could kind of go through my papers that I've accumulated and do some cutting out and gluing in. I bought a glue stick in Australia. God, even now I'm looking back on Australia and it's like, wow, what a beautiful place that was, and it was quite lovely to just immerse myself and live a slow daily life there. Go shopping, drink coffee. I felt less like a tourist than I do now because I didn't go outside of Sydney, and so after I saw the museums and the art galleries and went on the boat a few times, I felt kind of like I'd seen all I needed to, and then I kind of relaxed and laid back, just staying in a little town and starting to recognize people, you know, going to the coffee shop and them knowing my name. It's enough to make a place feel like home. So yeah, I'm kind of sad to have left and I'm only now realizing, like a month later. I've got my Meiji Jingu pamphlets. This one is for the temple in Hasadera, which was really cute. I've been obsessed with dango, especially the big ones that they have on like the charcoal. Oh, so yummy. My Tokyo Tower tour, which I didn't even intend on going on, but I just kind of walked in and they were like, do you want to buy the tour ticket? And I was like, okay. I also have my waka poem from Meiji Jingu. In a world of storms, let there be no wavering of our human hearts. Remain as the pine tree with roots sunk deep in stone. This is the little card I got when I went up Mitake. I kept this big magazine-esque thing that I got. It's an explorer map for Tokyo. But I went to the Team Labs exhibition, the borderless one. Here's another map. I just keep things because I see parts and I'm like, oh, I could cut that out and stick it in my book. I went to the Ghibli Museum in Mitaka and it was wonderful, of course. You can't take photos inside, otherwise, of course, I would have shown you. Oh, and my Mount Mitake map, which is so beautiful. When I was hiking on Mount Mitake, everybody that passed, all the old people and the young people, they'd all say konnichiwa, and I'd be like, hey! It felt very friendly and warm. And now we're back in Seoul. I've got my boarding pass from Sydney to Incheon, my guide for Nami Island, Nami Nara Republic. I went on a day trip and we saw Alpaca World, Nami Island and the Garden of Morning Calm. I cannot believe how fun Alpaca World was, and I even saved this bag that I had walnut pastries in from like a subway station. Couldn't not stop and get them, you know? I had to. Oh, so delicious. And I've not found any yet. Hopefully I find some more in Japan before I go. But honestly, one thing I've realised is that I need to learn the recipes for a lot of these dishes that I've tried. Not even a dish, like street food. I need to know. And I need to like make my own dango, you know? I need to learn new things when I go home and not just like stay in the same place. This is my ticket for the palace in Seoul. One of the art galleries I visited in Tokyo had these posters that you could just take because they're kind of like advertising exhibitions that will be going on. And then I also have this slightly crumpled one they gave as a souvenir in the Ghibli Museum. This doesn't include any of my postcards, which I guess I'll show at the end of my trip because I'll be collecting even more. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna sit here, maybe make another cup of tea and do some scrapbooking. It's 3 p.m. Let's make some pasta. I've not really been looking after myself, and I think I've used traveling as an excuse to do that, but I think I've realized very suddenly now that I would enjoy my time traveling much more if I just spent a little more time focused on myself and what I actually want to do. I think I've been running around trying to do everything and see everything without actually taking any time to myself, and also without caring for myself. I am really looking forward to the rest of my time in Japan. However, I do very much look forward to going home, settling into a routine, going back to the gym, making all my meals at home. All of my favorite things I know that are waiting for me when I get back. There's no reason why I can't implement some of them here and now, so I'm gonna try for the last few weeks to just live life one day at a time, take things slow, not feel all this guilt or pressure to see absolutely everything and not miss out on anything. You know, I just want to be happy in the moment and not regret the way I've acted. I genuinely think this might be one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my entire life. Wow. The book I'm reading is all about Borneo, and I actually love reading about nature. I love watching documentaries. I would never think to buy a book like this at home, but it's so interesting.